Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching today's oil painting time lapse, which features a portrait of a succulent goddess. I actually started this painting in December of 2019 and I only just now finished it 10 months later. Normally, I don't like to let my oil paintings sit there unfinished for this long, but a lot has happened in the past 10 months, obviously, both in terms of the world pretty much falling apart and also in my personal life. So I feel like this is simply a symptom of me losing a lot of my motivation, a lot of my inspiration, and in general, just losing steam. I think the longer you let a piece sit, the more difficult it becomes to pick it up again and finish it, especially when the piece is large or intimidating in some way. I know that for this one, I was especially intimidated because the background was going to be filled completely with succulents, and I had never painted succulents before. I pretty much knew that if I got something wrong on a succulent, it would be a lot more noticeable than if I made a mistake on a more organically shaped plant, like a tree or a flower with a bunch of messy petals. Succulents, their shape is very well defined and they fit a very seamless, well-known pattern. It's kind of like that Fibonacci sequence pattern. And so I just felt like if anything was out of place, it was going to be very obvious. And by the time I painted the first 2 succulents on the subject's head, each succulent was taking me well over an hour just to figure out. So when I looked at the rest of the painting and just like the 10 to 20 more succulents I had to do, I immediately just felt myself tense up and lost a lot of my initial momentum and drive to work on this piece simply because I was scared. By the way, if you'd like to see a longer 30-minute tutorial of this painting, along with step-by-step work-in-progress photos and hundreds of hours of exclusive content, check out patreon.com/happydartist. Luckily, over time, as I painted more and more succulents, each one became a little bit easier as I got more familiar with the process. In fact, as I progressed on painting all the succulents in the background, I actually really began to enjoy the process, and I thought that succulents were such a cute and interesting and dynamic type of element to add to paintings. They presented a very different type of texture than what I was used to, and their sharp, well-formed, clean lines really brought me a lot of satisfaction to paint. And I kind of wondered to myself why I was so intimidated before by something so cute and so fun to paint. I think the lesson that I took away from this entire painting experience is that just because something is unfamiliar, or just because when you first try to paint something brand new and it doesn't always go completely smoothly, or you feel intimidated because this new subject might have a lot of potential for struggle or for mistakes, doesn't mean that it's always going to feel that way. In fact, I think anything that I've ever painted was always a struggle in the beginning. There was no body part or subject matter or background or animal that right off the bat just felt really easy and natural and intuitive. I think every new challenge starts off being a struggle, and it only gets better with repeated practice and repeated attempts and forcing yourself to get over that mental obstacle. In fact, I feel like sometimes watching art time lapses on YouTube, gives off a kind of false image of how easy and fun and relaxing the painting process can be. I mean, of course, it is very relaxing and very therapeutic to create art, but in real life, the painting process is full of a lot of obstacles and struggles, and there's a lot of back and forth in making mistakes and painting over mistakes. So I try to just remind myself from now on, moving forward, that it's okay to try to paint new things. You don't always have to stick with the things that you're most comfortable and familiar with. It's okay to step out of your comfort zone and just be prepared that it will be a challenge and it will be a struggle at first. And that about wraps up today's time lapse. Thank you all so much for watching. As usual, all of the art supplies that I used in today's video can be found listed in the video description. And since I am still under self-imposed quarantine and also 2020 just seems to be a series of never-ending disasters, I've decided to extend my summer sale into a fall sale. So if you'd like to get 15% off of your entire purchase, just use the code AUTUMN at happyd-artist.com. And the sale will end whenever quarantine ends, which for me is likely never because I'm so paranoid. So get 15% off your order for an indefinite amount of time into the foreseeable future. And if you're interested in learning more about how to paint and draw, I have lots of art educational content on my Patreon page, including exclusive video tutorials, step-by-step photo tutorials, live streams, podcasts, and even surprise art gift boxes. All available at patreon.com/happydartist. I'd love to have you join my Patreon family. I wanted to quickly thank Squarespace for sponsoring this video and for supporting my channel and the art community. I've actually enjoyed using Squarespace for 4 years now to build and host my online shop and website. So whether you need a domain, website, or online store, make your next move with Squarespace. Start your free trial today at squarespace.com and visit squarespace.com/happydartist for 10% off your first purchase. Also, if you want to check out more artworks, works in progress, and just random daily artist adventures, feel free to check out my Instagram, and you can follow me at the handle @happydartist.